It is the Battle of the Barricades in quiet, leafy Windsor, and let me tell you, the gloves are officially off. We are witnessing a clash of entitlement versus necessity, a collision between the comfort of the few and the safety of the crown. The headlines are screaming about fury, disquiet, and, if you can believe it, tears flowing in the streets of Windsor Great Park. Why? Because the Prince and Princess of Wales have dared to move into their new forever home, and in doing so, they have prioritized the lives of their children over the convenience of local dog walkers. We are hearing reports that the move to Forest Lodge has sparked a local uprising, with neighbors claiming they are devastated by the new security perimeters. But here is the brutal truth that the royal insider is not afraid to speak. Prince William and Catherine are not going to let a few grumbling neighbors ruin what promises to be the most special, poignant, and victorious Christmas of their lives. They are aware of the anger, they hear the noise, but they are locking the gates, turning up the festive music, and spoiling Prince George, Charlotte, and Lua rotten, because after the year they have had, they deserve a fortress, and they deserve a break. Welcome back to the channel, the only place where we cut through the noise of the Not in My Backyard Brigade and tell you the cold, hard reality of royal life. If you believe that the future king and queen have a right to protect their family without being guilt-tripped by the locals, smash that subscribe button right now. We need to talk about the fury at Forest Lodge, and why William is absolutely right to ignore it. The narrative being spun in the press right now is one of William and Kate as the villains. The story goes that they have moved into Forest Lodge, a sprawling property in Windsor Great Park, and in the process, they have ruined the vibes of the local community. We are reading reports about neighbors being in tears, literal tears, because some walking routes have been diverted and security fences have gone up. One resident told the Mirror, "I ran into a woman there that I recognized, and she said to me that when she got the email, she cried. For people who have walked there for years, it's so sad." Another claimed, "Everyone I met was upset." Now let's take a step back and look at this with a dose of reality. Crying? Really? We are living in a world of war, economic crisis, and health scares. The Princess of Wales herself has just battled cancer, and yet the local residents of one of the most exclusive postcodes in England are weeping because they have to walk their Labradors on a slightly different path. It screams of entitlement. It screams of a lack of perspective. Former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond has weighed in, and she hits the nail on the head, albeit diplomatically. She says, William and Catherine must be aware that there is some local disquiet about the diversion around their house. But it was only to be expected, and I'm sure people will soon get used to the longer route and understand the need for security. Must be aware. That is a polite way of saying William and Kate know exactly what is being said. They read the papers. They have staff who monitor the local forums. They know that they are being painted as the bad guys for closing off public access. But here is the insider take. They don't care, and they shouldn't care. We have to remember who resides in Forest Lodge. This isn't a celebrity couple. This isn't a footballer. This is the heir to the throne and his family. We live in dangerous times. The threat level against the royal family is constant. We have seen stalkers. We have seen threats. We have seen drones. The idea that William should leave his garden open to the public just to be nice to the neighbors is insane. He has a duty to protect Prince George, the future king. If that means erecting a ring of steel and closing a footpath, then close the footpath. The irony, of course, is palpable when you compare this to the Sussexes. Prince Harry is currently suing the British government to get more police protection. He is demanding that the taxpayer fund his security even though he lives in California. Meanwhile, Prince William has the security, needs the security, and is getting abused by the locals for using it. It is a no-win situation for the royals. If they are accessible, they are in danger. If they are secure, they are selfish. But the real story here isn't the angry neighbors. It is the resilience of the Wales family. Despite the fury, despite the disquiet, they are pressing ahead with what Jenny Bond calls a special Christmas. And frankly, it needs to be special. Think about the year 2024 for this family. It started with abdominal surgery. It turned into a cancer diagnosis. It involved months of chemotherapy, fear, and uncertainty. It involved the king also battling cancer. It has been a year from hell. Now Catherine is in remission. She is back on her feet. And she has a new house to decorate. Forest Lodge is being billed as their forever home. This is significant. Adelaide Cottage was a stepping stone. It was too small. It didn't have the grandeur or the privacy they needed long-term. Forest Lodge provides the space. It provides the sanctuary. Jenny Bond points out, putting up Christmas decorations is always exciting, but decorating a new house is doubly so. Imagine the scene inside that house right now. The smell of pine needles, the boxes being unpacked. Prince Louis probably running around causing chaos with the tinsel. This is a family reclaiming their joy. They are building a nest, and they are doing it in a place where they feel safe, thanks to those controversial security measures. The expert also wonders if they will spend a bit more time than usual in their Windsor home during the school holidays, because it is fresh and new to them. Usually, the Waleses flock to Anmer Hall in Norfolk for the big Christmas break. Anmer is their happy place. It's where they escape during the lockdowns. But Forest Lodge offers something different. It offers proximity to the king at Windsor Castle. It offers a new beginning. If they choose to host Christmas at Forest Lodge, or at least spend the lead up there, it sends a message that they are putting down roots. They are digging in. They are telling the world and the angry neighbors, we are here to stay. And let's talk about the children. Jenny Bond suspects that William and Catherine won't be able to resist the temptation to spoil George, Charlotte, and Louis. She says, just as all young parents enjoy spoiling their children if they are fortunate enough to have the money. Spoil them, I say, go for it. These children have had to watch their mother fight a life-threatening illness. They have had to deal with the absence of their grandfather, the king, during his treatment. They have had to deal with the constant background noise of their Uncle Harry attacking the family from across the ocean. If anyone deserves an extra mountain of presents under the tree this year, it is the Wales children. But this talk of spoiling and special Christmases brings us back to the tension outside the gates. The local residents speaking to the Mirror seem unable to grasp the magnitude of what is happening inside. They are focused on their inconvenience. One neighbor said, due to the pending designation of part of the Great Park as an exclusion area, access via Cranbourne Gate will permanently cease. They talk about it like it's a tragedy. It's not a tragedy. It's a security protocol. The exclusion area is designed to create a sterile zone where the police can monitor threats. It is standard operating procedure for a head of state. The fact that the neighbors are in tears suggests a level of entitlement that is breathtaking. They feel they own the park. But Windsor Great Park is ultimately the Crown's land. It is managed for the public, yes, but its primary purpose is to serve the monarchy. This disquiet is also likely being fueled by the anti-monarchist movement. We know that groups like Republic love to jump on these local disputes. They love to paint William as a feudal lord grabbing land from the peasants. They will use these tears to push a narrative that the royals are out of touch. But is protecting your wife and children out of touch? I don't think so. Any father in William's position would do the same. If he had the means to build a wall to keep the cameras and the crazies away, he would build it 10 feet higher. We also have to consider the Middleton factor. With the move to Forest Lodge, we recently discussed the secret guest house reserved for Carol and Michael Middleton. This new property is big enough to house the extended family. This Christmas isn't just about the royals, it's about the support network that got Kate through her cancer battle. The security perimeter ensures that Carol and Michael can come and go without being harassed. It ensures that the normalcy Kate craves can actually happen. So, when you read the headlines about fury at Windsor, read between the lines. It is the fury of people who have lost a privilege they thought was a right. They thought they had the right to walk past the prince's house? They don't. And let's compare this to the situation in California. Prince Harry and Meghan live in a fortress in Montecito. You can't get anywhere near their house. The roads are private. The security is tight. Do we hear the neighbors in Montecito crying because they can't walk their dogs on Harry's driveway? No. Because in America, private property is respected, yet in the UK, William is expected to live in a fishbowl. The royal insider view is that William is done with the fishbowl. The cancer scare changed everything. It shifted the priorities. The Waleses realize that life is short and that privacy is the most valuable commodity on Earth. They are no longer willing to compromise their safety to appease the vibes of the local community. They will be polite. I'm sure they will send a Christmas card to the parish council. I'm sure they will support local charities. But the gates are staying closed. The diversion is staying in place. And the tears of the neighbors will dry up eventually when they realize that having the future king in their midst actually drives up their property values. Jenny Bond is right. People will soon get used to the longer route. Humans adapt. But the damage done by a security breach cannot be undone. William knows this. He remembers his mother. He remembers the lack of protection. He is not going to repeat history. As they decorate Forest Lodge this week, hanging the baubles, lighting the fires, I imagine there is a sense of defiance in the air. They have beaten the illness. They have ignored the Sussex noise. And now they are ignoring the local NIMBYs. They are carving out a space where they can just be a family. And this Christmas is the victory lap. It is the celebration of survival. The special nature of it cannot be overstated. It is the first Christmas where Kate can look at her children and say, I am healthy, I am here, and we are safe. So, let the neighbors cry, let the tabloids scream about fury. The Prince and Princess of Wales have their eyes on the prize, a long, happy, secure life in their forever home. I want to know what you think. Are the neighbors right to be upset about the closed roads? Is William being selfish, or is he just being a protective father? And do you agree that after the year they've had, the Wales family deserves to lock the doors and enjoy a private Christmas without apology? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you support William and Kate's right to security, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the truth behind the headlines. Until next time, keep your eyes on the palace.